Good morning, you guys. Good morning, family. Y'all remember this song? Good morning, family. Good morning, you guys. Thank you for clicking on to this video, for showing your girl some love. If you don't know already, my name is Diane, aka Di. And we do all things through him, right? Thank you for walking into my transitional journey with me and just living in my purpose. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like the information I'm providing. Go ahead and leave your comments. Remember that we're all doing things, we're trying to do things positive, connecting with each other, giving each other long distance hugs, motivation, inspiration, whatever it is that we're trying to do. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And please share the information. So you guys, your girl is on some very strong cup of coffee. I'm on 2 hours of sleep. Y'all, I make the best house coffee. I really do. Like my coffee here. Hello, somebody. This morning, I just wanted to speak with you guys in regards to my transitional journey. What does that mean and where is it stemming from, right? So, I have said on multiple occasions that I'm in a transition period and I'm trying to walk in my purpose. And with walking in my purpose, that means finding what I am here for and serving that purpose and leaving my stamp on the earth so everybody know, hey, your girl was here. So with my transition, oh my gosh, you guys, it's about to get real. It's about to get real, and I'm going to share some information with y'all. I am going to strip everything away and just introduce who I am and what it means for me to transition and walk in my purpose. Long story short, I got married in 2012. I had my first child in 2013, my second child in 2017, and I got divorced in 2018. I am mixing up my numbers in 2018, right? So 2011 to current date 2019 has been an emotional roller coaster for me. And I thought between 2011 and 2019, I knew who I was and what I wanted in life. And being in my early 20s at that time, I was 21, 22. Somebody should have told me, girl, sit your ass down. Let's just be real. Somebody should have told me that. But, I don't regret anything that I've been through or, what I did to get to the spot that I'm in now. I have 2 beautiful babies and now a story that I can share with you guys. So part of my transitional journey was I filed for divorce from my husband, my children's father, and I officially got divorced in 2018. With that divorce came me relocating from Florida to Georgia. Now, the backstory of me relocating, I did not relocate because I divorced. I relocated because that was something I always wanted to do in my life. Way before I was married and way before I had children, I wanted to move to another state. Mostly because, I've been in Florida literally all my life from the time that I left the islands to Florida. So pause. If you don't know, now you're going to know. I was born in the Bahamas. My dad is Bahamian. My mom is Jamaican. My dad, may his soul rest in peace. He died years ago. And I don't know that Bahamian side of my family. I only met them, that I can remember one time, which was 2 years ago. And that was it. I was raised on my mother's side of the family, which is Jamaican. And so I was raised on that side. So I more so connect and label myself as a Jamaican, even though I was born in the Bahamas. But I know nothing about that side and that culture other than, you know, what they share in the world. So now fast forward. Since I was probably, 2 when we came to Florida, I have always been in Florida. There was a time I think I went to West Virginia when I was young, but I don't remember that. And that was it. Florida, Florida, Florida. So how I got to Georgia is I have an older sister who has been in Georgia for about 8 years. And I have always visited when she first moved here. And Florida, West Virginia, and Georgia is the only states I ever been to. Sad to say, as long as I've been here and I'm 31, that is the only states I ever been to, right? And I only made it to Georgia because my sister moved. So when I first were thinking about moving, I always said I wanted to go to a state where I can just feel the different seasons. I can feel when it's fall, when it's spring, when it's summer, when it's winter. I want to feel it. I don't want it to be like 70 degrees and it's cold. Like, no, I want to feel that 28. I want to see the pollen in the air. I want to see the leaves change colors. All of that. So for me to do that, I really wanted to go to Texas, right? I wanted to go to Texas. Never been, but I wanted to go to Texas. All because of HGTV, y'all. Am I losing focus? Okay. HGTV. Every time I seen it in the House Hunters, and y'all, if y'all know Joanne and Chip, I love them. I was like, I want to go to Texas. I want to see what Waco is like. I just want to go. So how I ended up in Georgia is, you know, my people close to me was like, hey, my son was 1 at a time. You have 2 young kids. You're moving by yourself. You need to go somewhere where you know somebody. And I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody in Texas at all. So I talked to my sister. I'm like, hey, I really want to move. I need a change. Because honestly, when it came to Florida, I have worked for so many companies. I feel like there was no going up for me in Florida. There was no progressing for me. That's not everybody else's story. That's just my story. There was no progressing, right? And, you know, I had at the time, well, still do now, I have 3 degrees and I was working on my 4th, my doctoral degree. And I'm like, you know, everybody knows when it comes to Florida, we don't make as much as other states. And the cost of living in Florida was hellish. Like, it was up to here, like ridiculous, right? Especially for like a 2-bedroom. You're lucky if you found a 2-bedroom for like $1,300, and if you did, it's probably not in a nice area. Just my experience. And you know me, I love to live where, you know, our Caucasians live. I ain't even gonna touch on that, y'all. I'm trying to stay in my safe zone, right? So I came to Georgia with my kids. I checked it out. I looked at a couple places to move, looked at schools and things like that, and did a couple of interviews. So I'm like, you know what? I was getting job interviews. I found a really, you know, nice apartment that I liked, and the schools were really great. So I decided to move here. So now fast forward, we're in March. I moved here in June. So that's what, about 8 months since I've been here, right? My transition has been smooth sailing, especially for my children. My son, he's young, so he don't know, but my daughter, she's 6. She was 5 when we first moved here. So I felt like it was going to be a little harder for her, especially since her dad always been around. And her not seeing him every day would have been hard. But here's why I had to make the move that I had to make. I was not happy where I was. And I'm not saying relocating made me happy, but I just needed to be in a different environment. I needed to see different people. I needed to breathe different air in my mind. Like, this is all I'm thinking. This is how I'm going to release. I needed to be around completely different people, and I just needed a different atmosphere. Because for me, when I saw things, I'm like, fuck that. Sorry, you guys, if your kids are watching. I'm like, this remind me of this, or this remind me of that. Now I'm holding grudges. Now I just needed I needed a new clean slate to clear my mind. This is not everybody's, you know, way of thinking, but this is my way of thinking. And since I moved, Y'all, I'm so stuffy. It has been great for me. It really has. I have no qualms of moving. I'm not sad. My children are flourishing. I don't see any difference in them. Granted, it's only been 8 months. I don't know, when my son get older, how it's going to be, because his dad is in a different state. I just don't know. But their father has come and visit since we've been here. And my kids are going to be visiting him soon. So it's not like, oh, they're not seeing him at all. They talk to him on video chat and things like that. But with my transition, this is what I want to say, and this is what I'm going to leave off with you guys, because I'm trying to make this video really quickly and I have things to do. If you're thinking about making a move, whether it's for a job, a business, relocating, getting married, having that child, adopting a child, whatever you're trying to do, go back to school. If you're thinking about making this move, my smartest advice to you guys is write down your purpose of doing what you're doing. Don't react off of emotion. There was so many times that I wanted to move before I got divorced, when we get in arguments and things like that, and I didn't have a solid plan of what I was doing. I was acting off of emotion before. Now, when I had all the clarity that I needed to have, it was clear to me, and I can see like straight through. You know how they always say it's the light at the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel? I seen the light before I got to the end. You know what I'm saying? So have a plan. Talk to someone about it, but make sure you have your sound reason. Don't allow anybody to talk you out of what you want to do with yourself, with your life, with your ambitions, with your goals, because it's your life. You have one life to live. You have to live it. But I will say, talking to the people around me, that's important. People who I feel like were going to support me. It gave me more fire and inspiration to know that I'm making this move. When I moved, I literally had to drive a moving truck here to Georgia, just me and my kids. And you know who helped me? My pregnant twin sister and my pregnant friend, Tiffany. So my sister Dion and Tiffany, both barefoot, they weren't barefoot, but both pregnant, helped me move. They drove 9.5 hours with me, swollen feet and all, stopping to pee multiple times. I love y'all, but they honestly helped me move. I hired movers because, of course, I wasn't moving nothing and they weren't moving anything. I hired movers to move my stuff from the truck, from my apartment to a truck, and we drove that truck down with my 2 kids. Mind you, my son is 1, my daughter's 5. We drove my car down, drove the moving truck. We switched back and forth. I offered to just drive the moving truck all the way, but, my sister and my friend, they were down, and this is why they still around. And I got them, they got me, but honestly, that was my backbone. When I had to get myself together, my older sister was like, hey, drop the kids off, get yourself sorted out. Women, we hold each other down. You feel what I'm saying? And when I didn't have any hesitation when it came to it. If you're hesitant, that's fair. And that's what kept me from moving, was fear, not succeeding, having to move back home, telling people that I was a failure. That's fear. You cannot live in fear. You cannot live in denial. If you want it, if you want to manifest it, you need to be able to see it for yourself. Don't let somebody else say, yeah, I can see you doing that, or no, that's not a good move. I can't see you doing that. I can't. No, you need to manifest it. You need to understand that this is your purpose, your life. You need to write it down, pray about it, have your set goals. Let me tell you, you can write 1, 2, 3. These are my steps. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. You're going to always, 9 times out of 10, like I said before, have to go back and say, okay, I need to make an adjustment to what I had. But stick to your plan. Don't let nobody talk you off course. Don't let nobody talk you out of doing what you want to do, as long as you're not acting off of emotion. And when I say acting off your emotion, you're not mad, you're not jealous, you're not envying somebody else, and that's why you're doing it. This is your passion. This is what you want to do. This is what you want out of life. Because at the end of the day, our maker is going to call us home. When they call you home, you don't want to be like, I should have. You don't want to be on your deathbed or whatever it is. You don't want to say, I should have done this. No, do it now. You know, a lot of times people always say, oh, you know, we have nothing but time, or it's never too late. You're right. It's never too late, but do it now. What are you waiting for? You don't have to be 40 to be like, oh, let me go back and do nursing school. You don't have to say, oh, I'm 20 now. So if I, by 22, if I don't have kids, no. When it's your time, but you got to know when to act on it. Don't wait for a time to present itself. You have to make the time to do what you want and what you need in your life. For clear example for me, I know I want to be a teacher. I know I want to be a professor. I know I want to be a motivational speaker. What am I doing? I had to step away from a lot of things and clear my schedule and say, you know what? This is your set schedule, Diane. This is what you stick to. You got your dissertation. You got your student, your teacher certification test coming up. You got these seminars to go to. You're doing this certification here. You're doing this certification there. And you're still single. You still got 2 babies. You still got bills to pay. You still got a job to do. So what do? This morning, I was up to 6 o'clock this morning doing what I need to do. Had 2.5 hours of sleep, got my babies off to school. Now I'm on here speaking to you guys. And when I'm done, I'm going to take a shower and I got to hit the road and I got other things to do and different appointments to go to. It's just life. It's what I want to do. So even though I'm manifesting it, I say this is what I want out of life. I have to put in the work. I have to do things that I need to do. I'm not asking for nobody's permission. I'm not asking for anybody's advice. I'm not asking for anybody's opinion. It's my life. My children need me. I need to do what I need to do for them so they're not depending on nobody else. And I have to go for it and I have to take it. So manifest, work, and just do what you need to do. At the end of the day, y'all came on my channel for motivation, right? I can motivate, I can speak, I can yell, I can say all the right words and you're like, damn, she right, you know? But once you get off my video, you be like, damn, she right. What you gonna do? You're gonna go watch a YouTube channel? Another YouTube channel? You're gonna watch Netflix? You're gonna watch Hulu? What are you gonna do to manifest and do what you need to do to make your life better? This is my transition, my journey. I'm living in my purpose and I'm sharing it. What's your transition? What's your journey? How are you walking in your purpose? You guys, that's the end of this video. I try to make it 12 minutes. We almost at 19. So I love you guys. Keep moving. Keep doing what you got to do. And at the end of the day, I'm here for you. If you need me, reach out to me. My email is Forde, F-O-R-D-E 88@gmail.com. You can send your emails. You can leave your comments. You can do whatever you need to do. You could just reach me. I'm here if you need to talk. Love you guys. Love yourself. Give praise to the Almighty. And I see you on another day, family.